They're actually trying to fire towards me. And just for the fun of it. Look, Ma, I actually fired a gun with a double shot. Double madness. Hey, an actual good shot. Let's go. Come on. Are you serious? No, just don't. Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously? Thanks, mate. Yes, thank you. Thank you a lot. You guys are something special. The usual. Nope. They actually blocked the shot. Oh, actually a couple of them from that ELC. And that's a pretty good actual TV over there. Not like this one. Now this Scorpion has an expiration date on it. No. Bloody LCs, mate. Those bloody LCs. The second time I get actually shot at by an ELC. Can I actually? Yeah. I don't think so, mate. So you can play this tank as a kind of a mobile tank destroyer, I guess. Just don't expect it to do anything special or anything better than other tanks. The new ISU 122-2, which I only bought because it was very cheap. Now let's see if I'll get spotted and killed instantly. Still, I probably should have used that double. Oh, come on. No. I'm dead. I'm absolutely dead. When you have an ELC on the enemy team, you can't really do too much. You know? Let's see that double mechanic. Okay, now I actually got one shot in. I wanted to try the double because that's why they sold us this tank, because of the double. And as you can see, the tank can't even take one hit. It can't even take one hit. Every gun who's going to be shooting at you is going to pen you. So this is why this tank is a piece of shit. There's the ELC over there. I'd love to actually shoot someone. And now the ELC is actually coming for me. And I don't think I have anything to do. Or I can't do anything about him, to be more specific. Oh, come on. I actually bounced the shot. Okay, now I'm dead. Come on! Well, this was shit, and this is a shit tank. And that's why this tank is shit. Because you're gonna be circled around and made a fool of little tanks, like this one. Hello, my counterpart over here. And that's why this tank is bad. Well, at least we killed one score on 130. And that's about it. Can't really do anything else. Yeah, now we're getting shot at and killed by random IS2. Oh, come on. This tank is horrible. It's just horrible. And you can't go in a position because you don't have any gun depression. This double barrel is a gimmick, because by the time you'll be able to actually use the 2 seconds to actually do a double, you lose half your HP. And then you try to reverse, and you don't have the time. So, yeah, this is a dreadful tank. Hey guys, as we wait to see whether this dreadful looking tank over here is gonna be won by this 9,101 gold bid, I want to talk to you actually about a tank with a double barrel that is actually good. This tank is of course the Object 703. So what makes the Object tick? Oh, you actually have broken gun. This is pretty cool. I never noticed. Is that something that was always here or not? That's pretty dope. Right, so let's go back to the original question. What makes this tank actually good? Well, I think that the fact that you can basically play this tank however you like, and you can do quite a bit of damage. You get 390 alpha damage, which is basically the same as that TD over there. You have some pretty decent pen. You also have the gun loading at 11 seconds, that TD loads at 10. Then indeed you take a bit longer to prepare the salvo over here, and you reload fully the gun in 22 seconds. But as compared with that gun, this tank actually has a 5-second intercreep, or you can fire the second shot at 5 seconds after the first one. So this is a lot easier to use like this as a single shotter. In fact, you can have battles, in entire battles, in which you only fire one shot per moment. The gun depression is basically the same as that other tank over there. The gun dispersion is a bit worse than that one. The aim time is taking quite a bit. And the average damage per minute is okay for a double barrel tank, but actually the average damage per minute is quite a bit better over here, because of the fact that you can use it as double as well. So the hit points are pretty good for a tier 8 tank. The hull armor, now this is the part where this tank actually shines. This tank actually does have some really nice turret and also hull armor, which that tank doesn't have any kind of armor to speak of. You then have it's pretty heavy. It's 60 tons, so you will be able to ram some people. The specific power isn't great, but you can use a secondary build like I'm using over here with some hardening and also some turbo to actually make the tank a little bit faster. So it depends on however you want to use it. And then you can either go with view range, as I'm going and as I played. You might say that this is basically stupid, using a bino, but when you want to shoot with this tank, you need to stop and properly aim. You can't really use the shots and actually go over there like crazy. You either are a brawler and it doesn't really matter the view range, and then the gun needs to work properly, so this is why I'm going like this, or if you go in an open map, you can spot. I'm not using the coated optics because the original view range at this tank isn't necessarily great. It's only 350, so not great. So you need the binos to actually spot properly, if you do want to spot in this tank, of course. Otherwise, you can use the improved hardening, some vents, and also the turbo to actually move a little bit faster. But in this case, you kind of lose a little bit of gun stats, of gun dispersion. In this case, a bit of the gun stat, basically the gun handling. Right. Other than that, the tank doesn't really have any camo to speak of. Let's be serious about this. And I want to show you a battle right now in which the tank actually works properly. And this is the reason why this tank is a lot easier to have 60% win rate than in that tank. You can also do quite a bit of damage, you can spot, you can do quite a bit of experience as well. You can do a lot of things in this tank. I'm not necessarily the best tanker, but I got a few high calibers and also some steel wars. So this tank has armor, that other one does not. This is the main difference. This tank can actually fight and win games and fight and win flanks. The other one cannot. The TD. Though you might say that it's unfair to compare tank destroyer with heavy tank, but at the same time it's the only other double barrel tank proper that I know of and I have. So yeah, there we have it. Now let's have another look at the store to see how things look over here. Well, another 400 people have logged in. I'm not gonna increase the bid. This is gonna be, if I'm not gonna win it, so be it. I don't care. This tank is, either way, it's just dreadful. I don't know. The dispersion might be good, the aim time is excellent, the gun traverse is poor, the gun depression is the same as that other one, the preparation is pretty good, and also the gun loading is good, and the pen. The problem with it has no armor. If you go in a tank that's basically a giant hitbox, then go ahead, but if you want to play a dog, play a dog. Don't play this bullshit tank. Right? If you want to look like a dog, then go and act like a dog. Alright, yeah, so I guess a lot of people will just buy it because, I don't know, it looks funky. That's all I got. The specific power is a little bit better, but the concealment is pretty poor. Because remember, this is a tank destroyer, but this concealment is awful. This is horrible actually. The view range is adequate, let's say, but the hull armor is only over here, and all this part is a giant hitbox. So why would you play this? I just don't get it. Yeah, the gun might be decent, but that's about it. If I want a gun that is decent, I'm gonna play a Borsig or a Rheinmetall, Scorpion or something, or a Su 130 PM, not this thing. Or even my beloved ISU 152K. Now, the lady love says it all over here. Now this is a gun. It has everything that you need. You have 750 damage. You have 3k average damage per minute, and actually good good enough stats to actually work. And if you use something like the bounty laying gun drive, the accuracy isn't that bad actually. So yeah, just know. And also you can use a gun rammer over here as well. You can't use a gun rammer on that tank. Alright, let's have a look right now in a game in which I actually play this lovely Object 703, and then see you over here soon. Alright, so now we're in a game where the Object 703 is actually in a really nice matchup, and actually this tank in this kind of a matchup has some awesome armor as compared. Let me just go back. Alright, so now we're back in a game where this Object 703 is actually is actually in a matchup which is extremely favorable for it, in which it is top tier, and in this case the armor will work absolutely brilliant as compared with that other tank that they're selling right now, in which the armor can't even stand against tier 6 and tier 7s. Maybe against some tier 6s it might, but the lower plate over there is just dreadful. This tank also does have a lower plate, but it's nowhere near as bad as that one. And as you can see over here, the tank can snipe shot pretty easily, because it's a Russian tank. And as you know, Wargaming does love the soft stats of the tier 8 Russian tanks, heavy tanks at least, because I don't know, there are 30 heavy tanks, Russian heavy tanks right now in the game, something like that. It's a crazy number. So yeah, the Object 703 I think was at some Christmas back in a few years ago, and it's still one of the best tanks. It's an S tier for sure. If you go in a ranking for tanks, because the turret is extremely strong, and I would argue that the turret is on par with the tier 9 tank over here. And check this out, you can do even stuff like this. So you say that you're a tank with some actual potential to do that double barrel type of action. And also, if you want to fire single shot, I think this tank is even better firing single shot than double, because you do have the option to fire one shot, then after 5 seconds fire another shot. And as you can see, it doesn't really matter that much when you play with this tank, because you will make a lot of people uncomfortable, because they really won't know exactly what to do. Now this was a bit maybe unlucky, just taking out the tracks of that guy over there, and I was a bit thinking that he might go back. Then I said, okay, let's just reload. So this tank does have some really strong frontal armor, and the gun depression isn't that bad actually. It says over there 5 degrees, but it's not actually that bad. Now I fired a little bit too late over here, so I couldn't find the kill, and then I'm just wandering along this area, and yeah, going for the other tanks. And also another advantage is when you're top tier and you do have some armor that isn't that easily penned by other tanks, is the fact that other enemy tanks don't really decide to focus you that much. They instead go for the easier targets, like this poor little friend of mine over here. Now I waited to reload, fired again, and then the ISU 152 actually destroyed my little friend into T150. At some point he might grow big enough to actually become this kind of a tank. I do want to finish this guy, because I'm not gonna let him to make a pressure on the flank, or to be a menace in the flank, right? I do want to kill this guy, but unfortunately this is the place where the gun handling isn't that great. So with 0.39 dispersion like I had over here, well, it's not working perfectly every time. Now the Scorp is dead, and this is basically a win over here. So it's only time to go after some lower tires that are hiding probably in the bushes over here. And as you see in this game, this tank is basically this menacing that the enemies don't even fire towards you. I fire toward this little Basotto, I kill him, and then I just check around just for a little bit, and then a random IKV appears over here. Maybe I could have waited for one more second to actually fire towards him, but you know what they say, sometimes you need to end with a bang. So, a pretty nice game in an actual good tank, the 703 over here. And yeah, I think that says it all. This is a good double-barreled Tier 8 Russian heavy tank, as opposed to that horrible, in my opinion at least, that horrible tank that has a 7 seconds intercreep reload, so you can only fire double with every shot, otherwise you won't really do anything special. So now let's go back to the auction and see how it ends. Alright, so I see that there are 33,000 participants actually bidding for this tank. I'm not sure why, but I'll actually change my bid from 9... From 9101 to 9102. I think that's good enough. And yes, we're gonna raise the bid to 9,102 gold. Let's see if we win with this one. Yeah. Now it seems that the bids have been made and are no longer being accepted. And yeah, we need to check the results a little bit sooner. And see you when that happens. To see when, and the new lot will appear in 11 hours. So. Congratulations, you have won the auction. Yeah, I think even 9,000 wouldn't have been enough for this, and I kind of regret getting this already. But between this and this, there's no comparison. This is a tank. That is a hitbox with a gun. So that being said, thank you very much for watching at this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.